Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, Hump Day, my favorite day. And I hope everyone's doing well today. And I'm doing like an early morning video talking about the latest Mortal Kombat trailer, the AfterMath trailer. And I thought it was gonna be like a live stream type of thing because they said they were gonna reveal it at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the East Coast. But I guess once 9 o'clock hit, the trail they just had the trailer out. Like I'm not sure how it was like previously released. So I kind of when I was watching the video, I kind of knew what was going on. I already knew about the guest characters. Already knew the new characters that they were showing, and it might surprise some people, but kind of not surprise some people. But I want to get into it. Actually, before I get into a little bit, I have to give NetherRealm credit, and this is why I feel as though they're a step above other fighting games, not in terms of gameplay, but in terms of content. Like even look at my video for like I think what was the best fighting game in the decade from 2010 to 2019. I said it was Mortal Kombat 11 because I thought it felt that I was like that had the biggest impact. And what I mean by that is that when it came to fighting games, it gave you a lot of content, which games said back in the day in the PS2, GameCube era, and Xbox era. But nowadays, fighting games weren't doing that much. So not only they gave us a good content, but they gave us a story mode, a legit story mode. I mean, not like story mode where it's like character and their endless, but a legit story mode that has all the characters involved, which pretty much seemed like a cinematic movie, and that got huge reception, great reception, and ever since showing that, you now see a lot of fighting games following that same trend. So I feel as though without doing that, we want to see Tekken having their story. But now, granted, everyone's done it, but it's not to the level of Mortal Kombat. They're just not going to do that. And what's so interesting about this is that for the first time, especially for NetherRealm, and I don't think for any fighting game, is that they're still continuing the story. And I was hearing in Max's video that NetherRealm planned on doing a lot of content for Mortal Kombat 11, meaning that this is going to be the last Mortal Kombat game for quite some time. Because like I said, they're going to focus on the content, which is good. I don't mind that. Because I mean, would I like to see an Injustice 3? Yeah, absolutely. But I'm satisfied with the extra content. Now, granted, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I like Mortal Kombat 11. I'm just not a fan of the gameplay. I don't like how everything's slower, but in terms of content, what they're giving us right now, I think it's ahead of the game with all the other Mortal Kombat games. So a little about talk about the trailer right now. It's basically we saw how Mortal Kombat 11 ended. With Liu Kang being being a fire guy and being the new keeper of time. But as he's getting ready to shape history, the teaser was saying it was Shang Tsung. But we were wondering who's the other people that was with. Well, it was revealed that it was Fujin and Nightwolf, which I don't think a lot of people would count. I didn't see what people's predictions were, but they probably, maybe some people were surprised. I didn't know. I didn't want to guess, but to my surprise, it's Fujin and Nightwolf, two good guys with an evil guy. So I was expecting two evil guys, but it was actually two good guys. So basically, Shang Tsung is saying that by defeating Kronika, you destroyed her crown. Without the crown, you can't restart history. So now he says, send me back to the past and let me get Kronika's crown before the time glass is destroyed. And Raiden's like, why should we trust you? And Shang Tsung says he's been working with Kronika for a long time, so he knows her secrets. But at the same time, it's like Shang Tsung, he's very sneaky and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, what do you get out of this? When are you planning on betraying it? We see it in the trailer, Fuji does say that, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So yeah, so basically just a new part of the story where, honestly, this story kind of focuses on mainly on Shang Tsung. He's the main character in all this. It's mainly focused on him. Now granted, you do see the new character Fujin. He's coming back finally. Well, he's not a new character, but it's he was. So Fujin started in Mortal Kombat 4, and I'll say this: Mortal Kombat 4 wasn't the best, wasn't the likable Mortal Kombat game. Great, I thought it was funny with the endings, the sounds what the people make. They were hilarious, but it wasn't really truly that great of a game. There was a lot of characters that were just, a lot of new characters weren't up to par to the old characters. the only new characters that kind of survived were, I mean by survived, they were on later games, was Quan Chi, Tanya, and a lot of people, including myself, were asking for Fujin. He was a pretty cool character, but we haven't. The only time we see Fujin was in Mortal Kombat 4, and then he was in Mortal Kombat Armageddon, which everyone was in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. We saw pieces of him in Mortal Kombat 10, and it was revealed in Mortal Kombat 11 that he had died. So clearly, this is a change. This is a change from the past, along with Fujin and Naito from the past before they were killed. Excuse me. And then also in the trailer we see Shiva, which Shiva was being rumored to be part of the DLC, which I think she would, and she's in it. Now, granted, when they went back in the past, are they with Shiva's past or the current Shiva right there? So there's a lot of questions in the story, because we also see like the Cyberlink Quay there, like I said, and we also see the current, Jax that's with Chronica. So it's a lot of questions I have with this story. But another cool thing was Sindel's in the story too. So basically, Sindel. So it's basically Sindel, Nightwolf. Well, I'm pretty sure Nightwolf will play a part in the story too. Sindel, Nightwolf, and Shang Tsung, the 3 DLC characters that we got in season 1 per se, are all part of the story. Because I thought it was a cool thing, because when you see like their intro dialogue, it's almost like they were like part of the main story, which they weren't. So now the other one was like, you know what, we're gonna have these new DLC characters, put them in the story, and have their character ties into it. So I think that was pretty dope for them to do that, because Shane Tsung in his intros, he seemed like he knew a lot about Chronica. So it's like, yeah, he knows about Chronica, but like we haven't seen, like him talking like a cutscene like in a story mode. So I thought that was really dope. Now here's the thing, maybe we might get even more characters in this. Maybe we might see other characters in this excuse me, in this new story. And also in the trailer we see familiar stages with the acid bath, the solar chambers for Ermac. We'll see a new stage with a city that's residing like the hourglass, something like a Chronicle level right there. So excuse me, I think this story mode looks interesting, and it's pretty soon. Like it's coming out. What did they say? Let me see. They said, yeah, May 26th, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's right around the corner. Honestly, it's about like, well, it's today 3 weeks. So I mean, I'm happy for it. And also towards the end of the trailer, we see a new guest character, and that's RoboCop. And that kind of, I mean, I was kind of a little bit shocked about that. I didn't see that coming, because I'm thinking like, okay, you have Terminator, you could have another robot. But here's why I think it kind of makes sense in NetherRealm's case, because you look at, I think because you look at Mortal Kombat 10, you had the Predator and you had Alien. Those guys have been going at it for like years, and now I guess they're like, okay, we want to see a Predator versus Alien. Now you have, excuse me, RoboCop and Terminator. And back in the 90s, those were the two robots people wanted them to. Those were like the two robots, people want them to fight with each other. There was actually a game called RoboCop vs. the Terminator. I never played that game. It was on the Sega Genesis and the Super NES, and I heard that that game is very, very difficult. So now we actually get to see these guys actually like fight and go at it. So I don't hate RoboCop. I watched RoboCop when I was young, but I didn't see a whole lot of the episodes. I seen a couple episodes, and I thought he was a pretty cool guy. Granted, he sounds like a nerd. Okay, I'm a nerd too, but he does sound like very serious. I couldn't take his voice seriously in that trailer. So yeah, I mean, but we'll see. Like I said, I'm happy for him. He wasn't my ideal choice. And you look at the roster in this one, it's kind of moving away from the horror. Like Mortal Kombat 10 seemed more like horror, because Mortal Kombat 9 had Freddy Krueger, and you look at Mortal Kombat 10, it had Jason. Predator is sort of horror in a way, not really. Then you had Leatherface, which I kind of didn't really like. I didn't really get. And you had Alien. So I feel as though that's more on the horror side. This one's kind of more on like, I guess the action hero type of stuff. Like, I'm a little bit surprised there's no horror movie character in this one, which honestly, it's like, with this type of game, how would it really fit? I don't know. I mean, NetherRealm can always make the impossible possible. But like I said, man, I'm very excited for this story. What else I'll say this? Let me make sure. Oh, also, friendships are back, and I think that's really hilarious. I think I'm really curious to see how they're gonna incorporate a lot of these these new friendships. But here's one thing I really wanted to come back. I really wanted Horror Curious to come back. If you don't know, Horror Curious were the God, I can't even were the suicide moves that were done in Deception. I thought they were really cool and very hilarious. So maybe we could get that down the road. So I know this expansion pack comes with a new story, 3 new characters, 3 new skins, and then the stages, friendships, and the stage fatalities are with a free update. So yeah, so I guess we're heading into season 2 now. Now we'll slice after this new story mode, will we get more new DLC characters down the road? Because right when the story mode comes out, we get the new characters right away. So we don't have to wait for like a month or 2 months for the next one. So I'm very curious to see how they are going to do that. Because now with the whole coronavirus thing going on, I think it's kind of difficult for them to even get together. Because who knows how long ago they were doing this second patch. Possibly when the game was released. I'm pretty sure they were working on it right then. So yeah, so like I said, I'm excited. By the way, I know I'm not up there yet, but I will tell you this: I don't do reaction videos. I'm not a big fan of reaction videos. I'll tell that later in the future. I'd rather just give my thoughts on a trailer and just talk about it right there, instead of just like watching, be like, oh my god, and just pulling on this overreaction, fake excitement that I think a lot of people like to put out. So yeah, man, like I said, this is very good. I don't know. Obviously, there's gonna be some gameplay tweaks with some characters, but I really want tag team to come back. I think a lot of people want tag team like that. That was one of the Mortal Kombat 9's like my one of the biggest features was the tag team. You can do that. You have that with a lot of the missions in Towers of Time, but for some reason they want to put that away. But then again, it is a slower paced game, so I don't even know. But like I said, I'm excited. I really wonder what Shang Tsung's method is under all this, and I'm actually gonna record some videos. Granted, I don't have Mortal Kombat 11 story mode in here at all, but like I'm just gonna do the second part of the story, and that's the aftermath. So like I wonder, but I also wonder, will all the characters, even Cassie and all of them, are they gonna play a certain part in all of this? I don't know. It kind of seems like it's only focusing on a couple of characters in this aftermath, because who knows how long this thing is gonna be. Like, it could make it amazing, like a 2-hour thing, or I'm pretty sure it's not gonna take an hour, but like it could be like maybe a 2-hour story. Like I said, I'm not sure, but like I said, I'm very excited. So let me know what you guys think about it. Do you know what Shang Tsung's endgame is? What do you think about the guest character RoboCop? Are you also happy to see Shiva and Fujin? Like I said, it's been a long time coming for those guys. Well, so more for Fujin. Shiva, I think we saw it coming, but I really want to see Smoke. I want Smoke to make a return. Rain, I don't see coming back. Like I said, certain characters I don't see coming back because they already had their share of being in Mortal Kombat 10. Like Melina, Ermac, Reptile, they're already in Mortal Kombat 10. I don't see them coming back in this one. Basically, it's like the characters that didn't make Mortal Kombat 10, which is like Jade, Sindel, Shang Tsung, Noob Saibot, Baraka and Sindel, you can fight them, you can't play as them. The characters that didn't make it into Mortal Kombat 10 are in Mortal Kombat 11, and some of the characters are in Mortal Kombat 10 are not going to be in Mortal Kombat 11. So you know what I mean? So if you didn't make the cut Mortal Kombat 10, you'd be in Mortal Kombat 11. If you made it come from Mortal Kombat 10, you're not going to be in Mortal Kombat 11. So it's like, I'm already confusing myself right now after saying all that. So yeah. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Later tonight, I will be doing a video for the challenge. I'm seeing the views are getting higher, and I really appreciate it, guys. Also, I mean, granted, if you don't like it, it's fine. But like, if you want to watch my gaming videos too, like, I really love that as well. Tell me, granted, I know that they got 0 views, but like, so I'm not expecting like 1,000 right now. But like, it would be nice to have like like maybe like 10, 12, and also, let's say I did the Eagles video, but I haven't really done much ever since the whole draft. But I do know the schedule comes out tomorrow night, and I'll definitely grab my friend Brittany to talk about it. You know, I'll try to get a couple people too to talk about it with us as well. So, lots of videos planned right now tonight, and also quick heads up. My friend Jesse's not feeling very well. We had one. You already seen my one video of us playing Streets of Rage 4. That's one part, and then I did. This is on me for the other parts of the videos. I forgot to record the audio, so you only have like the video, but also the one video, the sound got cut off. I don't know why. So we're kind of like restarting our Streets of Rage 4 playthrough, but it's put on hold right now because he's not feeling well. Hopefully he doesn't have the virus. At least I hope he doesn't. Like, that would be very, very bad. So yeah. So anyways, that's gonna be put on hold right now. So like I said, everyone stay safe for the whole corona pandemic. But anyways, yeah, like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you think of the new story mode, the new DLC character? I mean, guest character, not DLC. Well, DLC characters, including the guest character. So anyways, it's RR Knuckles. I'll see you guys next time, and take care.